The Los Angeles Clippers are another team that started off this season looking kind of questionable, but now they're looking very formidable and like a legit championship contending team. CDubb Haize in the building today on NBA Central. We're going to break all this down and how realistic are the Clippers' championship aspirations right after this.
The number one place for your daily basketball fix, NBA Central. Hosted by the one and only CEO Haize.
All right, CDubb. I want to start this conversation off. We're going to get to the Clippers overall and what they could be as championship contenders and things. But Kawhi Leonard, a player that has been often injured, has only played 19 games this season so far. But I just want to talk about his month of December and why this has really helped turn the tide for the Los Angeles Clippers. Paul George has been holding it down without him all season. But in the month of December, Kawhi Leonard is averaging 20 points per game on 59% shooting overall from the field, 33% from three-point range, taking 3 3-pointers a game, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, almost a block and a steal per game. What do you think about, like, people were calling Kawhi Leonard Kawashed. I think I even called it that on the conversation at one point in time, just because I wasn't sure if he was ever going to be able to stay healthy. Kawhi is not listed on the injury report anymore. He's out here balling. He's played in most of the games in December. How important is Kawhi Leonard to the Clippers' success in them being a championship level team?
Oh, man, Kawhi is all of the success for the Clippers. All of their success rests in the legs or the injuries of Kawhi Leonard, which he has no more. Kawhi Leonard is back to playing basketball, and everybody like to write him off. He's Kawhi, which is just crazy. That's just nuts. Yeah. If Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he's one of the top 5 players in the NBA, and I don't even think that's debatable. On both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively, can do absolutely everything. He will lock down your favorite player. We all can remember back in that Golden State series when they were 73-9. They had to do some dirty, cheap shit to get them out the game because they were up 25 points. I just went crazy with right there. I just had to do something extra. I am an extra. But Kawhi Leonard is one of the best players in the NBA. I don't like the ridicule that he got, which is kind of deservedly slow. He has been a little bit of diva. He has been a diva a little bit. Sometimes it looked like he could play, and he just, that rest shit. That's the new age NBA players. But when he's on the floor, it's undeniable, bro. He don't go out there and talk shit. He just go out there and just dominates at his position. And he can lock up your favorite player. I'm going to continue to say that. So y'all continue to sleep on the Kawhi and those LA Clippers with Paul George as his. These guys are master of their game. When you talk about master of your game, you think of Stephen Curry. He's a master. You think of DeMar DeRozan. He's a master of the mid-range. Kawhi Leonard is a master of defense. He's a master of the mid-range. He's just a beast. He's been through all type of battles. He's won championships. Go ahead and doubt him if you want to.
Now, one of the biggest questions with Kawhi Leonard was that you talked about his defense, was if he was still going to be able to be the defender that we've seen from him. And while it did start off a little bit slow this season, and I think last season was slow as well, the last time we saw him play, Kawhi's not only is his offense starting to round out, but he's just getting back to looking like that terror he was on the defensive side of the ball. Now him and Paul George can both kick up the defensive intensity when needed. Do you think is it more important to have the defensive beast of Kawhi Leonard for the playoffs or the offensive juggernaut that Kawhi Leonard could be in the playoffs?
Ooh, that's a great question, Haize. I'm going to lean more to the offensive side because we do have Paul George, and he could take a little bit of that pressure off of Kawhi Leonard. Well, I hate to do that, Haize, because defense and offense, that's him. He's a two-way player.
Yeah.
If you want to personify a two-way player, you're going to look at Kawhi Leonard. But I would go on offense, Haize, just to answer your question, because we got Paul George as a backup.
So, okay. So, and that's fair. And right now, the Los Angeles Clippers have the 3rd best defense in the NBA, I think. Let me look that up real quick. Yes, the 3rd best defense in the NBA, which is bananas, bro. That's crazy that they are ranked that high, because I don't think people would have naturally pegged them. But this is where we can get off just talking about Kawhi Leonard to talk about the team as a whole. That's where you got to look at the makeup of the Los Angeles Clippers. While not a perfect team by any stretch of the imagination, the reason why they're on the winning streak that they have and doing some of the things that they've done isn't because of their offense. Because guess what? The Clippers have the second worst offense as points per game in the NBA. But what they're doing is they're hanging their hat defensively, and the margin is what it is because of what they're able to do defensively. Now they've lost a lot of tough games, right? We know that, but they have won a lot of tough games as well. And the reason why they do win those, I think, in the way that I look at it, is because of the defense they're able to play. Now, the makeup of this team, we talk about Paul George. We know what he means to the team and how important he is. But one of the players that I think is kind of underrated on this team that needs a little bit more attention is Zubac.
Oh, Zubac. Oh, my God. Didn't he have some, like, crazy numbers just a couple, like, a month ago?
Yeah, not too long ago.
Man, Zubac is a perfect center, bro. He's just going to go in there, rebound. It's a new age center. He's just going to go to rebound, set screens, and he's going to finish down low. Yeah. He don't have much of a jump shot, but he is a terrific player for this age of basketball, bro.
For sure. Now we got to give PG. You can't skip PG too much, man. Keeping the team afloat. Part of the reason why they weren't towards the bottom rank of the NBA's strictly because there's games where Paul George literally just says, "Hey man, we're not losing today. I don't care what it is. We're not losing today." The tandem of him and Paul George, Paul George and Kawhi and Zubac and just the overall makeup of this team. While Kawhi, we know he can be a top 5 player in the NBA, but is Paul George not the engine, the motor of what keeps that car together sometimes?
Oh, that's absolutely right, man. Look at this team. This team is still in contention with Kawhi Leonard missing all those games, even though Paul George missed a couple games as well. Mm-hmm. Paul George is a force now. Y'all don't remember Paul George from Indiana Pacers? All right, we're gonna forget about Oklahoma City. We just ain't gonna think about that. We ain't gonna talk. It was okay, but
yeah, I mean, that team was made weird, bro.
It was made weird. Yeah. But Paul George, man, he is a fantastic scorer. He is, if he's on, ain't nobody in the world that can stop him. He's going to play defense. He's going to get, and he's one of the most cerebral players in the NBA as well. I think that's not looked upon much as it should be, because he thinks the game pretty well. I know he had a bad playoffs a couple of years ago when he was hitting the side of the backboard a lot. But I think he's over that. He's matured. He's been in this league for a long time. It's time for him to win him a championship. And I ain't gonna say nothing.
Go ahead, say it, bro. Say it.
I ain't gonna say nothing, bro. I'm conflicted. I ain't ready to do that right now. But they don't be in contention, bro. They go when it's like the final 4 teams, final 8 teams. If we got a healthy Kawhi Leonard,
and that's the thing too, is that I think people forget that Kawhi and Paul George have not played very many games. They just haven't, right? It's really hard to really get a grasp on exactly what their ceiling is together, because to just be fair, what did we see them prior to this season? What was it, 12 games together, if that?
Yep. It was just a low amount.
Like, so the fact that it's such a small sample size of what they can be together, but when they are together, they do look dominant. I'm telling you right now, man, look out for that team. Now, right now, the Clippers, I think, sit at 3rd in the Western Conference. Let me double check that as well.
That's crazy.
Just going off the top, 4th right now in the Western Conference.
That's crazy.
Now, the Western Conference is extremely close. From the 1st seed, we're not even going to 3rd. From the 1st seed to the 10th seed, they're separated by 4.5 games. So
wow.
It can go any way. Like a hot week in the Western Conference can literally put you from being in the play-in to the number 2 seed on any given week. But how legitimate do you think the Los Angeles Clippers are as a championship contender, bro?
Oh, it's legitimate, 100%. Like, I look at any matchup in the Western Conference, and I don't feel any shame in saying that they can win any series against any of those teams the way those teams are playing. Any one of them.
Okay. So in a series against the Memphis Grizzlies, you think the Clippers can get that?
Oh, with a healthy John Wall is playing on the Clippers. Y'all forget John Wall is playing pretty good.
I mean, pretty solid, yeah.
So like, okay, I ain't saying it's a wash with John Morant with John Wall, but John Morant can't guard John Wall. I'm telling you that for sure. And he can't guard John Morant, but he can't guard John Wall. That's for sure. Okay. And then what are you gonna do with Kawhi and Paul? Huh? Reggie Jackson. Man, Terrence Zubac, Morris twin.
What is it? Marcus Morris that's on the Clippers.
I think it's Marcus.
It's Marcus Morris on the
Yeah.
Clippers. The thing with Memphis, and the reason I'm very high on Memphis. That's probably my favorite right now to come out the Western Conference. To me, yeah, hands on their health overall. Desmond Bane, John Morant, we all know. But if Jaren Jackson Jr. can stay on the court with what he does defensively, bro, that team can go far. But I tell you what, it'll be a fun series to see them versus the Clippers, bro. That's all I can say.
I think they lacking in maturity though, Haize, bro. They talk a lot before they walk, big guy. They do a lot of talking, bro.
I mean, you saw what the Warriors did to them without Steph and Wiggins. They literally was just like, y'all talking too much, man. We finna go ahead and snap y'all out.
They gave him the belt, big dog. They got the belt.
Yeah. The old man gave the young guy. That's a perfect example, bro. When your favorite uncle gotta whoop you every once in a while, bro, you gotta just take it from time to time.
You got the belt, bro.
All right,
they couldn't beat him without Steph, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Before we end, bro, I'm just giving it to you. The odds right now, it's still over half the season left to go.
Yeah.
If you had to predict, I'm not even gonna say finals. How far do you think the Clippers, realistically, betting on whatever health, whatever else, 7 winners of 7 of the last 10, how far do you think the Clippers are realistically going to go in this playoffs, bro? Be fair in it.
I think the Clippers can make it to the NBA Finals.
Okay.
I'm serious. Healthy, they can make it to the NBA Finals. Y'all, people gonna be mad. Kawhi Leonard, he does that. He is a difference maker, bro.
I mean,
be mad.
You saw what he did to the Raptors. I mean, what he did for the Raptors, bro. One season he got up out of there, but we saw how important it was. Last but not least, bro, out of sight of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, what player on the Clippers do you think is going to be most important to their playoff success?
Oh, that's easily okay. Can I give you 2? I'll give you 2. Offensively, it's going to be Reggie Jackson because we're gonna need that extra punch. Besides those 2 guys, because I think they'll score over 20, 25 points in the playoffs. And defensively, it's going to be Zubac. I'm looking at Joker. I'm looking at Jaren Jackson Jr. as well. It's going to be incumbent on him when we get to the great teams of the Western Conference. He's going to have to play well defensively. He's going to have to play well.
I mean, I feel you. And to me, it's Zubac. Like Zubac, like as much as I said that like Paul George kind of keeps everything going, Zubac, every team needs a guy like Zubac, right? Absolutely. Like averaging double-digit points, double-digit rebounds, like shooting the ball highly efficiently. I think he's like 60-something% from the field overall. No, he doesn't stretch the floor. He's not going to shoot any threes. I think he's only taken like 3 3-pointers his whole career or something like that.
Yeah.
Not going to do a lot of that. But outside of all of that, like I just look at Zubac as like, it's not very many sitters that can do what he can do. He's averaging 1.5 blocks per game, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, he is. Yeah.
Extremely 100%. Important to what that team does. And I don't know what his contract situation is right now, but he's 25 years old. He about to get paid whenever he's available if he keeps playing like this, bro.
Oh, man. And what about an old school big man? Zubac plays like an old school big man. He ain't going out there shooting 3-pointers and shit like that.
No, he ain't shooting no.
He going there to bang, get rebounds, and dunk on your motherfucking head. Excuse me for the cuss word. He going to dunk on your damn head. That's what he does.
Yeah, so shout out to Zubac. I love his game a lot, bro. Like I like his game is, and he's not the best passer or anything like that, but he's not incompetent in that. He's not a black hole at all. He's a team player. He plays within the system of the team, and he's just going to go out there and get shit done. So definitely look at that. I think the sky's the limit, and I really do think, and kind of the title of this video is going to be, is that the only thing that can keep the Clippers from being a championship contender is injuries. That's it.
And now let me return the question to you, big dog.
Okay.
We got a healthy Clipper team.
Yeah.
Give me a ceiling, big dog. Give me a ceiling.
I mean, ceiling their championship team for sure. I just like, bro, like legit. I like Kawhi. Kawhi is one of those players that if fully healthy, I just don't bet against him, bro. Like I just feel like Kawhi, he's a player that's going to figure it out, bro. Like, and not being on the injury report anymore to me says that, hey, they have a lot of faith. They're not resting them on back-to-backs anymore either. Like, so I think this team, to me, it's not, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying they're like a favorite to make it out the Western Conference, but I think if things bounce the right way, they get the right matchups in the playoffs and, don't have like tough series all back to back, the Clippers team could definitely make the finals. I just don't know. I don't know if I would pick them over either Boston or Milwaukee in the finals, bro.
Oh, okay.
If they get lucky, if it's Brooklyn versus the Clippers in the finals, I may lean towards the Clippers, bro.
I might
We'll
lean
get there
towards
when
the
we get
Clippers too. Ooh, we'll get there when we get there.
We'll
Ooh,
get
that's a
there
good
when we get
question.
there, bro. That's what I'm just saying. If something
Ooh.
happens to where it's Brooklyn versus the Clippers, I may be picking the Clippers in that matchup.
Is that out of the realm of possibility? That's not too far off the realm of possibility.
Now, Brooklyn playing their best basketball. Really, if you look at them, Brooklyn Nets are kind of the Los Angeles Clippers of the Eastern Conference. They're third in the Eastern Conference. Nick Claxton and Ben Simmons have been the anchors of their defense hugely. And then they have two amazing offensive players in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. And I tell you what, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, Kevin Durant's playing defense again. So I'm just saying, you never know, bro. You never know.
Oh, man, that was perfectly said by my man Drip Central over here, man. My goodness, man. Hey, it's look like the long tooth OGs. Do we get that finals, the long tooth OGs with all this talent, these young talent we got?
That would be the finals where two people literally like two dads are about to fight each other. They definitely got their dads in elementary school, bro. That's literally what that matchup's gonna be like.
Broken hips and broken knees. After that series, it's gonna be some broken hips and broken knees. That shit.
Bro, that's funny, fam. That's funny. That is hilarious, man. But all right, anything left, brother?
Oh man, happy New Year to everybody who supported this channel, NBA Central, man. We just started this channel not too long ago, man, and it's getting a lot of support now. We appreciate you guys. I hope you have a prosperous and a safe year coming up in 2023, guys.
Definitely. Happy New Year's to everyone. Last episode of 2022 on NBA Central, man. We'll see you guys starting next year. We also got a fire episode that's going to be dropping. So be on the lookout for that. But that's it from us for today, man. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.